Hey everybody, welcome back to Blacklist Universe. I am your host, Mike S. Miller, 32-year comic book veteran. Yes, I have drawn X-Men. I have drawn Psylocke. I have drawn for Marvel, DC, Game of Thrones, everything under the sun over my career. And now I'm here doing videos on YouTube for your pleasure and enjoyment. I hope you enjoy this redesign of Psylocke from Marvel Rivals. I've been doing the entire Marvel Rivals series. It's been a lot of fun, got a lot of great feedback. If you want to help me pick the next Marvel Rivals character I'm going to draw, then let me know in the comments section below. And before you do that, smash that subscribe button and join us here at Blacklist Universe. Good old Psylocke, very well-endowed, sexy character from the X-Men, really popularized sort of the Chris Claremont, Jim Lee era. She has a very convoluted sort of a backstory. I don't hate the Marvel Rivals design. I just kind of wanted to go back to something that's a little more based on the classic design, but still giving it that Marvel Rivals mech tech boost that that would separate it from the classic. The design she has in the game, the sort of half kimono, cute little, I don't even know what you call it, but it's, you know, I don't hate it. It's cute. She is a Japanese character, so I guess the kimono does work. The thing, honestly, the thing I don't like about her character in the game is her accent is just terrible. It's like she's got some English accent, but she's a Japanese character raised in Japan, Osaka, Japan, and instead of having a Japanese accent, she's really good with pronouncing Japanese words correctly, but then the rest of the time she talks with this weird semi-English accent, like she's, oh, maybe it's because of her origin. So let me step back for a second for those of you who are unfamiliar with the origin story of our young Psylocke here and give you a quick overview. When Psylocke was originally split into two bodies, one, the original Betsy Braddock, who was the sister of Captain Britain, she had been inhabited by Quanon. After their mind swap, she was reoccupied by Quanon herself. This occurred after Betsy's soul was consumed by the psychic vampire Sapphire Styx, leading to Betsy's resurrection in her original form. As Betsy reclaimed her own body, Quanon was revived in her original form as well, thus returning to the body she had before the swap, where both characters were returned to their respective original bodies. Subsequently, Quanon adopted the Psylocke identity, while Betsy took on the mantle of Captain Britain, her brother's mantle for some reason. How did Quanon maintain Betsy's powers? Quanon maintained Betsy's powers through a combination of circumstances involving their psychic connection and the nature of their mind swap. The psychic link, when Betsy and Quanon initially swapped bodies, it wasn't just a physical exchange, but also involved a psychic merger. This created a deep, lasting connection between their minds, allowing them to share certain psychic abilities. Apparently, it also allowed them to share an English accent. That's During the time Quanon was in Betsy's body, it was altered by the hand, a ninja clan using the Crimson Dawn technique. This process not only changed Betsy's appearance to match Quanon's, but also enhanced her psychic abilities. These enhancements were part of Quanon when she was in Betsy's body, and some of the aspects of these enhancements stayed with her even after returning to her original body. When Quanon was returned to her original body, she retained some of Betsy's psychic abilities due to the residual psychic imprint left from their time in each other's bodies. This imprint could be thought of as a psychological or psychic echo of Betsy's abilities within Quanon. The influence of external forces like the X-Men's technology or interactions with other mutants and magical entities might have also played a role in stabilizing or even enhancing Quanon's psychic abilities post-separation. This complex scenario explains how Quanon could continue to wield some of Psylocke's powers even after they were no longer sharing a body. However, the exact mechanisms of how much power she maintained can vary based on the specific comic arcs, and of course, the writer interpretation. Yeah, Quanon herself grew up in Osaka, Japan. raised in the red light district. Oh my. And that shaped much of her early life experiences before she became involved with the Hand and eventually with the X-Men. That's a truncated version. A lot of people say that Psylocke is like a lesser known character, I guess because she's only been in one X-Men movie. But for those of us X-Men fans out there from way back when, people in my sphere always knew who Psylocke was. I don't know. I'm guessing that, the greater audience out there who is not actually familiar with the comic books themselves, to them, they only know Psylocke from the Age of Apocalypse movie. And even then, you don't get a lot of information on her. So there you go. You got yourself a little primer on our nice Japanese X-Man there. She's actually the second Japanese X-Man. The first one was Sunfire. Sunfire was a favorite of mine as a kid. I am a Japanese man, so I do have an appreciation for the Japanese characters. Not that I would go so far as to take... It's such a convoluted story. Betsy Braddock is a white English woman, and they took her and they mind swapped her with this Quanon character, which was like the girlfriend of the Hand leader, something like that. And then somehow both characters still existed, but their minds were in each other's bodies. And then when they got their bodies back, somehow Quanon also has Betsy's powers. So that's how she is able to be Psylocke. So now you have two characters out there in the world with basically the same powers, I would think. Except I don't think the Betsy Braddock character uses like psychic knives and all that stuff. So maybe that's the power enhancement bit. Anyways, this is supposed to be an art channel. But you know what? It's a comic book channel too, because I'm a comic book artist. So you're just going to have to deal with the fact that I'm going to talk about comic books once in a while. I hope that's okay with you. And if it is okay with you, then let me know in the comments section below, and make sure you, again, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button too while you're at it. And if you want to join the channel, become a member, we have that option for you as well. And that's how you can actually catch all the live streams if you miss them live. Anytime I do a live stream, whether it's one of these drawing streams or my weekly Drawn and Quartered show, where me and my other professional artist friends get together every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time and draw a character for your approval. We draw for the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We draw for the chat. But those do go into members only mode because I'm trying to play the YouTube algorithm and grow my channel. And you can't do that by doing both produced shorter videos and live streams. And obviously these produced videos get a lot more clicks. And I do apologize for the clickbaity nature of my thumbnails and my titles. But that's the game. I don't make the rules. YouTube plays by specific algorithm rules, and you either obey those rules or nobody gets to see your videos. So I've had a few people in the comments section like complaining, oh, I like your videos, but what's the deal with the clickbait? And I'm like, well, that's would you have clicked if you didn't see clickbait? It's just the nature of the beast. Again, I don't make the rules. And if you're here, forgive me for the clickbait. Stay for the videos. Enjoy yourself. I don't do clickbait content. Look, I am here to fight the culture war, right? I'm here to eventually make content, intellectual properties. I'm here to build a future of good quality storytelling. If you want to check out some of my books, you can go to LoneStarComic.com. The link is in the description. You can see some of the stuff that I have available there. I will be fulfilling that campaign in the early part of next year, so you won't have to wait too long. But yeah, I am here as a creator, utilizing the skills I've learned over the last 30 years, 30 plus years, 32 years, plus the decades before that I just drew nonstop for fun because I've always been an artist. And I want to use that to build better stories. The stuff I grew up loving, the stuff you grew up loving, right? The stuff where heroes are heroes, men are men, women are female. All of this fun stuff, that we all enjoyed as kids. That's the kind of stories I want to tell, like 80s stories. Well, okay, not like set in the 80s, but, sort of the 80s. I don't know. I love the 80s. I grew up in the 80s. It's my decade. I'm a Gen Xer, 53 years old. That's what I want to do. I want to tell stories that kind of harken back to that time in American culture or in the world, I guess. I don't know. It was a great time. It was, heck, Psylocke was created in the 80s. Probably, I think. So there you go. Bringing it back around to Psylocke. I'm not even going to bother talking about my tint, tone, hue coloring here because you guys hear it on every single episode. I know I'm not talking a lot today about the actual craft of the artwork. I'm talking about the characters. I'm talking about comic books. I'm talking about story. This is what I intend. There's a reason I'm building this channel. I'm building this channel as a means to an end where I can create stuff with an audience that's going to want to see. And I'm showing you my art. I'm showing you my ability to verbally express myself. If you want to read some of my stuff, if you go to that website, LoneStarComic.com, you can actually read the first issue of Lone Star for free as a PDF. So please do go check that out. And if you do, please leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think about it. Also, I have a Discord link where if you want to come and chat like more real long form chatting, join the Discord, join the community there. And yeah, if you want more of the like art tips stuff, I have a tutorial playlist on this channel. You can go check out some of those. Otherwise, some of my older videos, I do talk through, actually most of my older videos, I talk through the whole tint, tone, hue coloring style that I'm doing here. Some of you guys really love this coloring style. To me, it's very sort of utilitarian. I don't want to say utilitarian. You know, it's good. It looks good. But if I were drawing, when I'm drawing comics and I'm doing my own coloring, I tend to do much more detailed, modeled coloring style. So this isn't what you're going to get in Lone Star or my other subsequent books, but it is what works for YouTube because I can't spend all day long doing one drawing. That's I'll never get anywhere and I'll never get anything done. I won't work on my own comic books. I won't get anything for you to read in the future, which is my ultimate goal, not just with comics, but someday I want to do, you know, shorts. I'm like animated shorts, animated shows, animated movies, or even live action. I mean, that's the ultimate dream, isn't it? I want my intellectual property to permeate the zeitgeist so that I can actually make a difference in the world. You see it at the bottom every episode. Culture is downstream from media. Andrew Breitbart got it half right. Politics is downstream from culture, but culture is downstream from media. It's got to take creatives like us to get out there and make a movement where we can push the culture in the right direction, give our kids something to look up to, heroes to look up to. The cultural Marxists just want to tear down our society. We need to make sure we stand firm and build it back up where it has been torn down. I hope you're with me on that. I hope you like. I hope you subscribe. I hope you're here for the journey. And hopefully I will see you guys all on the next video.